Hey there, in this video I want to talk to you about how you feel your feelings, how you feel your emotions, how you work with them in a healthy way, how you express them in a healthy way, how you heal them, integrate them, and how you can regulate yourself again when you are dysregulated and experience heavy and intense emotions. I know that in a lot of my videos I talk about how suppressed emotions are subconsciously running the show and how they are influencing your life, your choices, your relationships, your performance at work, for example, and how you look at the world and how you look at yourself and how you interpret the world and how you interpret behavior and choices of others, etc. And I also tell you often how those suppressed emotions and that are subconsciously running the show are tied to negative experiences from your past. Negative experiences that as a little child you weren't capable or able to process or regulate at that moment in time, so you chose to suppress them in the hope that they would vanish and they would go away. But actually, as I always say, you carry those suppressed emotions with you, and they are triggerable every day when you experience something that is similar to that negative experience from your past. And I often say that if you are on a healing journey and you want to transform yourself in your life and you want to grow and overcome the blockages that you feel inside of you and that you see outside of you, then you have to start to take a deep dive inside and go to those suppressed emotions and work with them, feel them, release them, integrate them, right? I always tell you that. But how do you do that? What are the steps that you can take to truly work with those suppressed emotions, to go to them, to feel them, to witness them, to express them, to listen to them, and to integrate them? How do you do that? And that is what I want to talk to you about in this video. I'm just going to give you a very practical step-by-step tools that you can use to work with your emotions, and especially the suppressed emotions. So I've written down 10 steps for you that you can take to get from emotional dysregulation to emotional regulation. Whether you are experiencing a very big emotion or a very small emotion, that doesn't really matter. You can just use those steps to work with your emotions, to feel them, to express them, to release them, to integrate them, and to go from dysregulation to regulation again. So first, when I do this myself, I always put on some music, like soft piano music or some nature sounds, or just music that I feel is soothing me. So maybe rock music is soothing you, but yeah, just choose your music, the music that is talking to your heart, that touches your heart and that opens your heart and your emotional landscape. You know what music that is for you. When you've put on some music for yourself that is helping you to get into that state of receptivity and investigation and soothing and meditation maybe, then make sure you place yourself in a quiet area where you can't be disturbed, where you feel safe to express all that is living inside of you, so where you do not feel like watched or listened to by neighbors or family members, etc. Then the first step that you're going to take is that you become aware of the dysregulation in your body. You become aware of the worrying in your head, in your mind, the racing thoughts, the beliefs you have, the darkness you maybe feel, or like the frustration or irritation or agitation or anger or sadness or grief. So you become aware of the dysregulation in your body. And you can ask yourself questions like, what am I thinking right now? What am I believing right now? Why do I feel irritated? Why do I feel anger? Why do I feel sadness? Why do I feel anxiety? So you ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? What are the thoughts that I have? So for example, if you experience yourself feeling dysregulated because of irritation, somebody does something to you that is irritating to you, then you can think of all the things that you find irritating about the situation and just talk it out loud. Say it to yourself, okay, what am I thinking right now? Well, I find it annoying that the person does this and this and this and this to me, whatever. So just ask yourself, what am I thinking? What are my thoughts? What am I believing right now? And when you experience anger, this can be all kinds of things. For example, if I experience anger, then I can ask myself, what am I thinking right now? And then I can just spit it all out and just talk to myself. So just without holding back, right? I can just say, I'm angry because the person does this and this and this. I'm angry because this and this and this. And then I can ask myself, why am I angry about that? What do I believe about myself? What are thoughts that I have, etc.? So, and if you have asked yourself those questions and you know what you are thinking and you have expressed the thoughts that and beliefs that are living inside of you, then you can ask yourself the question, how do I feel about that? What am I feeling right now? And just take a moment and to really listen to the answer. So, and when you have the answer that feels okay to you right now, because there's no right or wrong, then you can go on to step 2. And step 2 is to locate the feeling in your body. So you have your eyes closed and you can ask yourself, okay, if I'm thinking this and this and this, or if I'm feeling this and this and this, where do I feel that in my body? And you just wait and listen and feel and locate the feeling in your body. So for example, this can be in your throat, in your chest, in your belly, in your feet, in your fingertips, everywhere it can be. But there is somewhere in your body that is connecting to the thoughts that you have. So just locate the sensations of the feeling in your body. And when you have found the location, then you can just focus on that a little bit and breathe to it for a little bit. And you can continue with step 3. And step number 3 is to observe and investigate the sensations of the feeling in your body. So if we were in a one-on-one session now, I would ask you, what do you feel or how does it feel? Then I would ask you to describe the sensations to me. So for example, if you feel the dysregulation in your belly, I would ask you, what do you feel in your belly? Is it warm or cold? Like, what kind of sensations do you experience? Is it light or heavy? Would you say it has a round shape or a squared shape? Would you say it stings or tickles? Or is it more like water or lava or like a stone or something completely different? Like a cloud or an elephant that is kicking against the wall of your belly, for example. And when you have done that, you can go to step 4. That is really listening to the sensations, being with the sensations, staying present with the sensations, slowly breathing to it, and not to go away from it. If there is something that your emotions just want from you, that is that you stay present with them. Because in the past you couldn't be present with them, and there was nobody there to stay present with the heavy, intense emotions that you felt and the vulnerability that you experienced. And the only thing that they truly ask of you is to stay present with your emotions, to not do anything about it, to not find solutions, to not run away from it, to not numb it, to not eat it away, to not drink it away, to not social media it away, to not work it away. Just really stay present with it. Really stay present with it. And that is what step 4 is. Presence, just breathing and feeling the sensations. Just accepting them, allowing them, acknowledging them. You can even say to yourself, it's okay to feel this. You're safe. We're okay. I'm here with you now. I will not leave you now. I'm here. You're not alone. You can talk to your emotion a little bit as if it is that little child, right? If you have taken the time to do that, you can go to step 5. And step 5 is to start with communicating with the emotion, the feeling, or the sensations. You can ask it questions like, who are you? What are you? Why are you here? Do you want to show me something? Tell me something? Do you want to warn me? Do you have a need or a desire? So you can really start with communicating with the emotion and just ask your questions and do not think too much about it. Just let the answers come. If you take your time, then you will experience that the answers will come. So start with communicating and asking questions like, who are you? Why are you here? What do you represent? And if you have the answers you need and they feel clear to you, then you can go on to step 6. Step 6 is not always a necessary step, but sometimes it can be handy when you experience, for example, rage or anger or deep sadness or grief. it could be helpful for you to really use your voice and your body to express the emotion. So really to go through the emotion to express it. I would say do this with every emotion, but especially with anger, rage, or sadness or grief. So really use your voice, your body, your movement to express the emotion. So to be the emotion. And the way I, for example, sometimes do that is that I just, for example, when I'm angry, I just grab a pillow and I just put my head in that pillow and I scream as loud as I can, like everything that I want to say, but I know I really cannot say when I'm out in the normal world. But I just scream and I just use my voice. I'm angry because this and this and this. Or I just scream or when I'm sad or when I'm anxious. Like I had a lot of anxiety in my body from my past. And a very wise, beautiful old lady once told me, you cannot run away. You cannot escape your emotions. In order for it to heal, you have to feel it, right? You have to go through it to get out of it again, to come out of it. So I remembered that sentence, and at one moment I was driving in the evening in my car at home, to my home, and this was in my deepest moments, I think, for my own healing journey, and it was that my anxiety came up, my panic came up, and I was so afraid and so scared. And I thought, okay, I don't know what to do. And the only thing I remember was you have to go through it. So I just decided to dive into that fear and to express all of my fear. I just thought, okay, I give it all of this space. And luckily I was like driving alone on the road. And what I did actually was really sink into the anxiety. So I really screamed the anxiety and I called for my mother and I screamed that I was scared, so scared, and just every word that I had to think of, I just burst it out. And I felt after doing that or during that, all of a sudden it was like click and I felt okay again. And it was like, I'm okay. Because I was finally able to release it, to acknowledge it, and to feel it in my body, and just to let it be there and to give words and voice to it. I finally was able to get it out instead of holding it back and trying to suppress it all the time and making the anxiety worse, right? That's with every emotion that we suppress. We make it actually worse, and it's causing us anxiety because of suppressing it. So you have to go through it. And that is what you can do in step 6, to express it, to really give voice to it, to use your voice. And often, how do you do that? Well, for example, when I'm angry, I know that I sometimes am irrationally angry at someone and I cannot express all that I'm thinking because it's not always true or even healthy for the other to hear that. So but I do allow myself to be angry at everything and to express it, but not to that person, for example. So when I'm alone in my room, for example, and I use that pillow, for example, to scream in, I just I'm angry because, I don't know, you disappointed me. And I don't want to swear in this video, but I just swear and I just say everything like really dark shit coming out of my mouth just to get the tension of the anger. And to really understand what I'm angry about and why. And if I allow myself to truly be filthy, unhealthy angry in my safe space, not outside in the world, or do this together with someone who can help me with that, of course, then I can understand the anger and I can regulate it slowly and learn to work with it and to understand what is beneath it. But I can only do that when I allow all the anger to fully be there. All the sadness to fully be there, all the anxiety to fully be there. So you can use your voice, but you can also write or paint or dance or shake. Shake and use your voice. Just make sure that you express. Not meditate, not think about it, not rationalize it, etc., but express it. This is a very important step. So when you're done with that and you feel relaxed again and regulated again, you can go to step 7. And step 7 is a communication step again. You can ask the emotion in your body or what you just expressed, like, is this the core emotion or is there something beneath you or behind you? Are you hiding something from me? Are you standing in the way of the true emotion? Because sometimes anger can actually be grief or sadness or anxiety, hurt, or the other way around. You can also behave and be very anxious and small and vulnerable, but actually you're really angry because of always being a people pleaser in your life, having no boundaries, saying yes when you feel no. You can be this vulnerable person who doesn't dare to speak up, but actually underneath it all, you're just suppressing your anger. So step 7 is a communication step again, asking the emotion that you just expressed and felt, are you the true core emotion or are you actually protecting me from feeling my deepest suppressed emotion? And if you're not my core emotion, then please can you take a step aside and show me, tell me, let me feel what my true emotion is. And just wait, listen, observe, take your time for this. And then we come to step 8, and that is a breathing and soothing step again. Just listen, observe, feel, acknowledge, accept, tell yourself you're safe. Feel the sensations of the true emotion in your body. Just breathe to it. Stay present with it. Prove yourself you can stay present with it. You can carry yourself. You can help yourself. You can heal yourself. And then step 9 is a communication step again. Just ask, what do you need? And listen. And step 10, the last step, is to reflect on what you have experienced during the exercise and to maybe take action inspired by the exercise, especially inspired by the answer that you received at step 9. Maybe you know now that you have to communicate some needs. Maybe you know now that you weren't being completely honest. Maybe you have to go to your lover, your partner, and say, hey, I actually do need you. I need you to show up. Maybe it's time now to remove yourself from a situation, to speak up, set a boundary. It really depends on your situation, the emotion, and the needs you have, and the things that you need to heal from your past and that you are carrying with you in your body. And you can do this exercise with every big or small emotion. And the more you do this, the more you will start to recognize the steps that you can take in your daily life. So outside your safe space, outside of your sleeping room, for example. And when you're at work or in your relationship, you can regulate yourself during the contact or the connection you have with others, during conflicts, etc. So it's really a technique that you can use and that you can help yourself to become more emotionally mature and to really grow up in some way. It's what we need in this very emotionally immature world. So we are not this way because there's something wrong with us, right? But because we're just not emotionally mature enough in this society yet to give our children what they need when they grow up. So now we are an adult, we have to learn it ourselves, right? So thank you for being here and doing the work. Thank you for emotionally maturing, because that is what our world really needs. It empowers you and it can help you to transform yourself and your life. I'm wishing you all the best. And if you have any questions about this, just ask them below the video, right? I'm happy to help. That's what I want to say. And yeah, I hope it can help you to regulate yourself and to become a very emotionally mature, healthy adult who feels empowered to use its talents and gifts to make the world a better place, because that is what our world so desperately needs. Hey there, my name is Myrthe Glasbergen. I'm the founder of Beyond Psychology, and I'm also an occupational health psychologist, life and job coach, intuitive singer, and creator. And I am fascinated about the awakening and healing of humanity. I strongly believe that healed people heal the world, and this is why I'm doing everything I can to help heal as many people as possible. So if you're on a journey of self-discovery, personal growth, transformation, healing, and you want to rediscover who you truly are and change yourself in your life, then subscribe to my channel for more videos on all of these topics. And if you want to help spread this message of awakening and healing, then please like this video, share this video, respond to this video, because that will definitely help. In my subscription, you can find a nice link to a free somatic exercise to start your healing journey. And you can also find the link to my online platform and community for self-discovery, healing, transformation, and growth. It's called Heart Journey, and it's here to help you rediscover who you truly are, heal yourself, transform yourself in your life so that you will use your talents and your gifts to make the world a better place. Thank you for being here and have a nice day.